Ethan had never expected to be assigned to a research station so far from Earth. The planet, Valeris 9, was covered in shades of blue and green, with towering rock formations that shimmered under the twin suns. It was a place where humans were rare, and alien species dominated the station's population. The moment he stepped onto the station, he realized he was entering a world that was both fascinating and intimidating. He carried his small bag, which contained essential tools, personal notes, and a collection of his self-made devices. The station had been built for research, but humans were few, and he was assigned a room with a roommate, an alien named Lyra. He had only seen her once from the corridor window. Tall, lithe with smooth, pale, luminescent skin that shifted colors subtly as she moved. Her eyes were large, intelligent, and alert, reflecting curiosity and caution. Ethan entered the room cautiously. It was a standard station dorm, compact but functional. Against the far wall was a narrow bunk which he assumed was Lyra's. His side of the room was different. He began unpacking his equipment carefully. A small drone, a toolkit with intricate devices, a portable scanner, and several unfinished gadgets that hummed faintly when activated. He had just finished arranging a workbench when a quiet voice spoke from the doorway. "You work with these?" Ethan looked up and saw Lyra standing there. Her eyes were wide, fixed on the array of human equipment. She didn't step inside, as if unsure whether she was allowed or safe. "Yes," he said calmly, trying not to startle her. "I'm an engineer. These are my tools and projects." Her reaction was immediate and obvious. Her skin glowed faintly, pulsing with subtle colors. Something he would later learn was a sign of strong emotion in her species. She tilted her head, examining each piece as if she had never seen technology like it before. "They move themselves?" she asked, pointing to the small drone that hovered over the workbench. "Yes," Ethan replied. "It's a drone. I built it to test sensors and stability in different environments. It's harmless." He switched it off gently and set it down, wanting to ease her concern. Lyra took a careful step into the room, her gaze still fixed on the devices. "On my world, machines are controlled by thought or energy flow. But these—" She paused, searching for words. "These are small, independent, and they respond to touch, to coding, to adjustment." "It is unusual," Ethan smiled. "Humans like tools that are simple but flexible. We adapt them for different problems. They may look basic, but they are powerful in the right hands." She blinked slowly as if trying to process the idea. Then she stepped closer and cautiously touched a scanner. "It detects what?" she asked. "It detects energy anomalies," Ethan explained. "For example, unusual radiation or magnetic fields. I've used it to find weaknesses in structures or study unknown phenomena. It's part of my research." Her fingers hovered above it, hesitant, almost reverent. "I have never seen anything like this," she said softly. "It is beautiful in its simplicity." Ethan laughed lightly. "I guess it is, if you understand it. Want me to show you how it works?" Her eyes brightened. "Yes, show me." Over the next hour, Ethan demonstrated his equipment. He showed her how to program the drone to navigate a simple obstacle course. He explained the principles behind the scanner, letting her see the invisible energy flows around them. She absorbed every word, her initial shock giving way to fascination. She asked questions, many questions, and Ethan answered patiently, noticing that each answer made her more animated. "You humans are strange," she said finally, after observing the drone perform a complex maneuver. "You rely on simple objects, but you achieve what my people need more advanced methods for. You think creatively." "That's kind of a compliment," Ethan replied, smiling. "I guess humans have always needed to adapt. We survive by being resourceful, not just by having power or advanced tools." Lyra's skin shifted again, pulsing with a soft glow. "Resourceful," she repeated, testing the word. "Yes, I understand now. You are extraordinary," Ethan shrugged. "I'm just doing what I love." Their conversation was interrupted by a sudden warning from the station system. A small section of the laboratory deck below was experiencing a micropower fluctuation. Ethan grabbed his portable scanner and motioned for Lyra to follow. "Let's see if my equipment can help stabilize it," he said. In the lab, the scene was tense. Lights flickered as the alien crew tried to contain the problem. Ethan quickly set up a combination of his tools and the station's energy regulators. Lyra observed closely, occasionally assisting when he instructed her. Her species' natural agility and understanding of energy fields complemented his approach perfectly. "Careful," she warned, as he adjusted a delicate drone near a damaged console. "The flow is unstable." "I know," Ethan said. He made a precise adjustment, sending the drone closer. A spark flew, and he instinctively raised his arm to shield her. Lyra stepped back, eyes wide, not with fear but with astonishment at his reflexes. "You humans react so quickly," she said. "You protect, you adapt, and you think under pressure." Ethan lowered his arm. "We have to. Sometimes we don't have the luxury of slow calculations." The problem was solved within minutes. The power stabilized and the lights returned to normal. Lyra looked at him with renewed admiration. "I underestimated humans," she admitted. "You are not just curious. You are capable beyond expectation." He smiled faintly. "Thanks. I think you're pretty amazing too, Lyra. You understand energy flow better than anyone I've seen, and you learn fast." Her glow dimmed slightly, signaling a contemplative mood. "Perhaps we can learn from each other," she suggested. Ethan nodded. "I'd like that. I've always believed collaboration is better than working alone." The rest of the evening passed with quiet conversation and experiments. They tested the drone's sensors against the station's internal energy fields, learning from each other's methods. Lyra was amazed at how simple adjustments could lead to extraordinary results. Ethan, in turn, appreciated her intuition and natural understanding of energy patterns. Before long, a small alarm indicated a minor atmospheric leak in the observation deck. Ethan grabbed his equipment again, ready to assist. Lyra followed without hesitation this time. Together they worked efficiently, combining human improvisation with alien precision. The leak was fixed within minutes. As they returned to their room, Lyra's reaction from earlier replayed in Ethan's mind. Her shock had shifted into curiosity and respect. He realized that sharing his knowledge had done more than just impress her. It had built a bridge between two very different species. "I will admit," Lyra said softly, breaking the comfortable silence. "I came here expecting humans to be limited, slow, predictable. But you are not." "I guess first impressions can be misleading," Ethan replied. She smiled faintly, the soft glow of her skin reflecting a subtle warmth. "Perhaps humans are worth studying more closely." Ethan chuckled. "I think we can learn a lot from each other. And who knows? Maybe together we can achieve things neither of our species could alone." Lyra tilted her head, considering his words. "Yes, perhaps." The evening ended with a quiet sense of camaraderie. Ethan returned to his bench, tweaking the drone's circuits while Lyra watched, occasionally asking questions. Neither of them noticed the subtle shift in their relationship. What began as shock and curiosity was evolving into mutual respect, partnership, and a deep fascination with the other. Outside the window, Valeris 9's twin suns set, casting long shadows across the station. Inside, two beings from entirely different worlds had found common ground, not through authority or obligation, but through knowledge, skill, and shared discovery. The night promised challenges and experiments ahead, and both were eager to face them together. Ethan glanced at Lyra once more before returning to his work. "You know," he said casually, "I think tomorrow we can try something more advanced. Maybe test the drone in zero gravity." Her eyes lit up with curiosity, the faint glow of excitement pulsing through her skin. "Yes," she said simply. "I want to see." And with that, part one closed, leaving their partnership at the edge of something extraordinary. The promise of discovery and the quiet thrill of bridging worlds through ingenuity, courage, and human adaptability. The next morning, Ethan woke to the soft hum of the station's life support systems. The twin suns of Valeris 9 had just begun to rise, painting the observation deck with pale gold and green light. He stretched and glanced at the workbench, already thinking about the new experiments he wanted to run. Lyra had joined him early, her skin glowing faintly as she floated into the room, her curiosity unmistakable. "Good morning," she said, her voice smooth and calm. "I have been reviewing the data from last night. The drone's performance in the microgravity chamber was unusual." Ethan smiled. "Morning, Lyra. I was thinking the same thing. We can push the drone further today. Maybe test it in a zero-gravity simulation with energy disturbances. That should be challenging and fun." Her eyes widened slightly. "Fun," she repeated, testing the word. "I have not experienced this type of enjoyment during study." They spent the morning preparing the zero-gravity chamber, Ethan carefully adjusted the drone's sensors and motors, explaining the process to Lyra as he worked. She observed closely, occasionally offering suggestions that reflected her species' intuitive understanding of energy. They moved in a synchronized rhythm, a partnership developing naturally, each learning from the other. Once the drone was ready, Ethan activated the chamber. Gravity seemed to vanish as the walls and floor blurred with the illusion of floating space. The drone lifted effortlessly, spinning and maneuvering around the room. Lyra's eyes reflected fascination and delight. "This is remarkable," she said softly. "On my world, similar experiments require far larger equipment. Yet your methods achieve it in a fraction of space and time." Ethan nodded. "Humans have always had to make the most of limited resources. We rely on ingenuity more than raw power. Sometimes small solutions are the best solutions." They spent hours testing the drone, making minor adjustments and recording results. Lyra began trying her own manipulations, learning to control the equipment in ways her species had never attempted before. Ethan watched her with admiration. Her ability to understand energy patterns and adapt quickly was astonishing. By midday, an alert interrupted their work. The station's main energy grid was fluctuating, and the automated systems were struggling to stabilize it. Ethan grabbed his portable scanner and tools, and Lyra followed immediately. The control room was chaotic. Alien engineers worked at panels, their movements precise but limited by their technology's constraints. Ethan quickly assessed the situation. "The energy spike is spreading through multiple conduits. If we don't act fast, the entire station could go offline." Lyra's skin glowed brightly, signaling urgency. "We must act quickly," she said. "Your methods may work where ours cannot." Ethan nodded. He set up his equipment alongside the station's systems, linking his portable devices to the energy conduits. Lyra assisted, interpreting his instructions and adapting her own skills to the human tools. They worked side by side, a synchronized team despite being from entirely different worlds. As the energy spike grew, the situation became more dangerous. Sparks flew from exposed conduits and the lights flickered. Ethan remained calm, adjusting his tools and giving Lyra precise directions. "Now, recalibrate the flow here and redirect the excess energy through the drone network," he instructed. Lyra followed immediately, her movements fluid and confident. The drones activated, linking with the station's conduits to absorb and distribute the energy spike. The light stabilized and the system hummed steadily. Ethan exhaled, a mix of relief and satisfaction washing over him. "We did it," he said, looking at Lyra. Her skin glowed softly in response. "Incredible," she whispered. "I have never seen a human adapt so quickly under pressure. You combine observation, intuition, and action. It is remarkable." Ethan smiled faintly. "We make a good team. You've learned fast, too. Your instincts with energy are amazing." The incident left the station crew in awe. Aliens who had doubted humans' usefulness now looked to Ethan and Lyra as equals, capable of solving problems that technology alone could not. Lyra's respect for him deepened, and Ethan felt a growing admiration for her abilities and intellect. Later in the observation deck, Ethan and Lyra reviewed the incident. The twin suns reflected on the floor, casting long, soft shadows. "You humans are resourceful," Lyra said thoughtfully. "Even in crisis, you remain calm and find solutions. On my world, many would have hesitated or relied on systems that could fail." Ethan shrugged. "We don't always get it right, but we try. And sometimes thinking creatively makes the impossible possible." She nodded, her expression serious but reflective. "You have shown me that species do not need to be limited by tradition or technology. Humans can adapt and excel in ways I had never imagined." He smiled. "And you've shown me that other species have skills I could never develop alone. Working together makes us stronger." Their partnership strengthened further over the following days. They experimented with drones, sensors, and other equipment, integrating alien energy manipulation with human mechanical ingenuity. Each success brought a deeper sense of trust and connection. They shared ideas, laughed at mistakes, and celebrated discoveries. One evening, the station received a transmission. A solar flare was approaching Valeris 9. The automated shields could absorb small flares, but this one was unusually strong. If it hit the station unprepared, it could cripple vital systems. The command issued a station-wide alert. Ethan and Lyra sprang into action. While the alien engineers attempted to reinforce shields with standard procedures, Ethan suggested a hybrid solution, combining his drones with the station's energy conduits to redistribute excess power and prevent overload. Lyra's eyes widened. You want to integrate your equipment with our shields? It has never been attempted. I know, Ethan replied calmly. But it could work if we act fast. They moved quickly. Ethan positioned his drones near critical shield nodes while Lyra guided energy flows, her alien instincts allowing precise calibration. Sparks flew as conduits overloaded briefly, but Ethan's drones absorbed the excess and redistributed it through the station. The shield stabilized just as the solar flare arrived. The station shuddered under the energy wave, lights flickering but systems held. The alien engineers watched in awe as the hybrid solution succeeded. Ethan and Lyra exchanged a glance, both breathing heavily but smiling. You humans are remarkable, Lyra said quietly, her glow pulsing gently. You do not rely solely on technology. You use intellect, courage, and intuition. It is unlike anything I have seen. Ethan chuckled. I guess humans have always needed to adapt. Survival depends on it, and sometimes working together makes even the impossible possible. Lyra's expression softened. I see now that humans are not just curious. They are capable, resilient, and creative. I misjudged your species before. You are extraordinary. The incident cemented their bond. From that day forward, Ethan and Lyra were not just roommates. They were collaborators, friends, and equals. They shared knowledge, solved problems, and explored the mysteries of the station together. The other alien crew began to rely on their combined skills, recognizing that human ingenuity could complement their own advanced technology. In the quiet moments, away from alarms and experiments, Ethan and Lyra reflected on their journey. Standing in the observation deck, watching Valeris 9's twin suns dip below the horizon, they felt a sense of wonder and possibility. Two species, once strangers, had found common ground through curiosity, courage, and shared discovery. Lyra looked at Ethan, her glow pulsing softly in the dim light. I never imagined a human could achieve so much with simple tools and determination, she said. You have taught me that intellect and resourcefulness are as powerful as any advanced technology. Ethan smiled. And you've shown me that understanding energy and instinct can elevate what humans can do. Together, we make things possible that neither of us could do alone. As the station settled into quiet operation, Ethan returned to his workbench, adjusting the drone's sensors for further experiments. Lyra hovered nearby, observing and occasionally offering insights. Neither of them spoke much, but the sense of connection was unmistakable. They had crossed the boundaries of species and culture, learning to trust, respect, and inspire one another. The twin suns set completely, leaving the station bathed in soft, artificial light. Outside, Valeris 9's landscape shimmered under the stars. Inside, two beings from very different worlds had discovered that collaboration, courage, and ingenuity could bridge any gap. They had faced challenges, adapted, and overcome, proving not only the resilience of humans but also the power of friendship, respect, and shared purpose. Ethan glanced at Lyra, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the room. Tomorrow, he said casually, we test the drone with multiple energy patterns at once. It will be harder, but I think we can manage. Lyra's eyes sparkled with curiosity and excitement. Yes, I want to see what we can achieve together. And with that, their journey continued, two species, one bond, and the promise that together, they could face any challenge, explore any mystery, and prove that human ingenuity could shine across the stars.